What's up guys, it's Meg. Welcome back to Meg After Dark. We are back in the car again for a car review of Fear the Walking Dead Season 4 Episode 5 called Laura. There are kids screaming on the playground out here, so I apologize if you hear that. I am back waiting at my kids' school. I got here way early today because I got off work early. And I wanted to do a quick review. So I don't have a ton to say because this was a pretty straightforward episode, I feel like. I have to say I love the episode. It made me like John more and almost dislike Naomi more. Although I like Naomi and I totally get where she's coming from, which I'll talk about in a second. But I did, like, the whole time I was rooting for John. Like, he's just this most sweetest, endearing, like, lovable guy out there. And he's been alone for so long. And he finally has this companionship of a beautiful woman nonetheless, who is, you know, she did put up kind of like a big guard around herself when she first got there, but you see them like eventually warming up to each other, and she's like warming up and she keeps kind of holding it over, you know, going like, I'm still gonna leave, but you see them, like, he teaches her to fish, she goes on a run with him, she helps him with the walkers in the river, like, they're having meals together, they're playing Scrabble together, like, you know. And then she leaves him at the end of the episode. Okay, end of review. No, I'm kidding. But, God, it was just so heartbreaking for him. So I wonder how much time went past, because she had a big wound in her side and she had stitches. But, like, how long? Someone in the medical field, tell me. How long does it take to heal a wound like that where you take the stitches out and it's fine? I mean, is it like a week? Is it more than a week? Like a couple weeks? Like, how does that work? How long? Because I don't really, like, I've never had stitches since I was like a baby, I think, and I don't remember it. So, I mean, I've had surgery stitches, but that's not the same. Those things just like dissolved eventually. Like, I don't even know when they did. So actual like stitches that you have to have someone take out, like, how long does that take to heal? Okay. Someone in the medical field. Trina, do you know this? If you're watching this, Trina, I bet you know this. Tell me. Anyways, so I'm interested to know about how much time passed, because it didn't feel like very long. I feel like at the most it was like a couple weeks, but it really felt like a lot shorter than that. And then she just left. Like, I can't get over it. She just left. Okay, so she washes ashore. We literally have no idea what happened to her that ended her up, you know, that made her end up in that, you know, washed up in front of John's house. Backtrack a little bit. We see John kind of going about like his daily business. He's alone. He plays Scrabble alone. He lives in this little kind of cabin, and he seems very resourceful. But he seems to be living like a relatively normal life since the apocalypse started. And it makes me wonder, like, have you been here since the beginning? Because it sort of seems like he had been there since the beginning, you know? And it's just like this little cabin thing, and it's and it clearly works for the end of the world, because he's got like some systems there for his water, you know, like filtration and storage and that kind of thing. So he has like a nice little setup, and he goes to the store every Tuesday. Like, he's just very like cut and dry, you know, like very like, I go shopping to the store on Tuesdays, and he's in a place where there's literally no other people, it looks like, because if you see the bridge has been blocked off, right? And then when he meets Naomi, and then later they go to the store, there is, you know, that store hasn't been like, it hasn't been cleared out yet or anything. So it makes me kind of wonder, like, how long has it started? Obviously they know about the walkers and everything, so you're somewhat into it, but he still hasn't used all the supplies in the little store, and he's like, doesn't appear to be like hoarding supplies or anything. So I feel like he's just like not the smartest guy to be surviving on his own out there. Like, if he was forced out of his cabin, I'd be really interested to see like what happened that he ended up on the road. Because it seems like he, you know, he chases the walkers away, but he hasn't really had that much bad luck since the whole thing started. And then we see Naomi, who washes ashore at his cabin. She has a huge gash in her side. We don't hear how it happened. We don't hear anything about her. We don't even know her real name. She never even tells John her real name. He starts calling her Laura. She is very, very hesitant to accept anything from him at all. And you can just tell, like, she's been through so much. And she's very, like, she doesn't want anything from this guy. She doesn't want, she wants to be able to escape if she can. She tries to escape. Pissed me off that she was trying to take the van, like, or the car. Like, oh my God. And also, she clearly hotwired, or there was one of the Jeep up there or something. She hotwired the Jeep, right, up on the bridge. Why didn't she hotwire the station wagon? That's what it was, right? At the amusement park. She literally was like, oh, no keys. And then she went and, like, looked for the keys and stuff. Like, but she knew how to hotwire it. So if she knew how to hotwire it, why did she not just do that right away? I don't know. It was weird. It was weird to me because I remember making a comment in the amusement park episode saying, how do they not, like, that's a huge skill I think people need to have in the apocalypse, is like, make someone teach you how to hotwire a car because you're gonna need it. So it kind of, I was like, and then come to find out she does know how to do it, which I just thought was odd. Anyways, I feel like I lost my train of thought there somewhere. I was going somewhere with that. She's been through a lot. Okay, so we finally see her kind of start to, like, warm up just a little bit. Like, she comes to watch the movie with John, whereas, like, before, you know, she didn't want anything. Like, she doesn't want to like this guy at all. You know, she doesn't want to, and you can tell she really just doesn't want anything to do with anybody. Like, she wants to be alone. And she comes and she sits on, like, the farthest side of the couch, and then was that in the same scene where he falls asleep and she's looking at him and almost like she's watching him sleep so peacefully, and she whispers that she lost her child. And I knew in that instant, like, that would traumatize anyone, and probably the way the child died was horrific, you know, probably got eaten by walkers or bit or something. Like, I mean, losing your child no matter what is, like, the worst thing ever. But I imagine, like, when you're trying desperately to protect your child in the end of the world type zombie apocalypse, it's even more, it's worse, you know, because you have to live with that, like, I couldn't protect them and I tried, you know. So you can tell, like, she's been through a lot, she's lost a kid, and now her reasoning for being so cold towards John when John was trying to help her is that very reason, that she lost a child, and she does not want to go through any pain like that ever again. She doesn't want to get attached to anyone because she is probably pretty certain that she'll end up losing them in the end, that all she wants to worry about is herself. She doesn't want to, like, be around people. It makes so much sense. It makes so much sense too, also seeing Naomi's character in past episodes, like when she tried to leave Alicia, when she's so convinced that everything was gonna go bad at the Diamond. Like, she has seen a lot, and clearly whoever she was with when she was with her child, she's probably with a group, things went south real bad. So moving along, we see them warming up to each other. He teaches her how to fish. It's just very, like, sweet. Like, she still keeps her distance, but you can tell that she likes him, you know, well enough. I was shocked when he said that he loved her. Once her stitches were healed, she announces that she's still gonna leave, and there was this big awkward, like, kind of moment. It felt very weird. And she announces that she's gonna leave, and you can tell, like, he just doesn't want her to, and then he's real mad. Like, that evening, he's, like, eating, I mean, he's sitting on the couch for, like, movie night, and she comes to sit with him, and she sits real close to him this time, and she sits there, and then he, like, gets up right away, and he's, you know, so he's upset. She's like, what's wrong, what's wrong? And he says that he doesn't want her to go, he loves her. And it was so sweet, if not kind of weird for loving someone after only 2 weeks, a couple weeks. I can't imagine it was longer than that, was it? I just feel like he's such, like, a sweet guy, like, lacks companionship and that kind of thing, that he kind of just, like, jumped on that. Like, oh, this beautiful woman is here, and she's sweet, and she's funny, you know, and she's, like, a survivor. So maybe he just thinks he loves her, I don't know. But she ends up, like, that kind of spurred her, I think, to leave. They have this, like, great kiss, and then apparently they probably slept together too, because it looked like she had been in that bed as well. And then she just like gets up and leaves in the night, leaves him a message that's like, I love you, I'm sorry, or something like that. But did she really love him? And if I mean, maybe she did. I guess she did. I don't know. I think you look for companionship sort of in that, you know, those crisis times, you know, when you're alone and you've been alone, then, you know, you kind of crave that, I guess. Not that I have any experience in end of the world scenarios, but I can see where they would both kind of fall for each other there. It is a very short amount of time, but it does. I think, you know, I don't think she was gonna leave right away until he said that, and then she was like, I have to go. And I think she probably realized that she had some feelings too for him, and in that moment she didn't want to feel that, and so she left. I felt so heartbroken though for John, because, you know, can you imagine just like falling in love with someone and then having them just ghost you, like just leave, and you never know what happened to him? And that was his thing. That's what he said to her the night before, was like, you stay here and I'll leave. I mean, can you, like, what kind of guy would do that? Like, here, take my house, take all my supplies, I'll leave. I just need to know that you're safe and alive in this world. Oh my gosh. Anybody would be lucky to find a man like that someday. Like, whoa. And then she left him. And we don't know at this point what happens after that. The end of the episode, we see that that John has been telling his story to Morgan. They stayed behind after Lucy and Strand and Alicia and Althea moved on to go get their revenge. And they kind of make this pact at the end of the episode, and I really liked it. Like, Morgan was, I can't remember the exact conversation here, so I don't want to try and like repeat it, but basically they're gonna go try and stop Strand and Alicia and all of them from doing what they feel they need to do. You know, they're gonna try and bring them back. And we also learn, I should have said this as well, that John killed a person on accident. Now, he was a bad guy, but it affected him so much that he accidentally killed this man that he never shot a gun again. And that was a big theme in this episode, was that he was unwilling to shoot a gun even if it risked his own life. He was unwilling to do it. And then when it came down to saving Naomi's life, or shooting, you know, or letting her die, or shooting a gun, he shot his gun. And he did that for Naomi. Laura, I guess. I'm calling her Naomi because she never even, like, he called her Laura. I'm just calling her Naomi so I don't keep getting confused. But, so he doesn't kill either. I suppose unless he has to. It wasn't as extreme as Morgan, because clearly he was shooting when they were attacked in that first episode. But he doesn't want to. And I think that's the same with Morgan. Morgan's at a place now where he will, if he absolutely came down to had to do it, I think he would, to save his life. But he knows that there's another way. Just like he was trying to save Nick from that, he wants to go and save Alicia, Strand, and Lucy from that same fate. Which I think is great, because it also brings them back together. Brings the group back together. Like, that's what I need. I hate it when they split up. So I hope we get some more backstory on Madison, and I'm pretty sure that Naomi's not actually dead, although everyone probably thinks that she is. I'm excited for these next episodes. So FYI, in case you missed it in my reaction video, this next week's episode is going to be pretty late. Probably Tuesday you'll get the reaction. I get back Monday from vacation, and I know for a fact that I will not, because I am camping in the desert with no like amenities or anything for like 3 nights. So I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna need a shower and a real bed on Monday. So I am not gonna film anything Monday. So it'll be late. It'll be Tuesday at least for a reaction, unless the episode is really like crazy amazing. I probably won't do a review next week just because it pushes it so late in the week, but we will see. Also, there is a contest up on my channel as well. If you missed that announcement video, go watch it. There are t-shirts, things like that, awesome Fear merchandise, really cool stuff. Go watch the video. I love you guys. I hope you have a great day. I will see you next week. Bye.